Oh, hey there, folks. Chuck here. I just got back from Vintage Toy King in Ocala. It's one of my favorite places to hunt for diecast, especially for making customs. So in their dollar bargain bin, I got 20 used loose diecasts for $1 each. And as I went to check out, I saw that they had these mystery boxes that contain 40 cars for $20 each. So 20 cars for 20 bucks that I picked, and 40 cars on the card that I didn't. I was curious. Which one's going to be better? So let's punch that subscribe button and find out together.
And now, Diecast Discoveries on the Diecast Media Network.
Right, here we go. Pardon the mess. I'm mid-project. Here's the 20 cars that I picked myself. So I got this Javelin. I'm very curious about this one because I'm told that the copper wheels are FTEs, although I don't think this is an FTE, but they do spin very well. And I love this casting anyway, and I've started getting into racing through tiny track cars when we had him on the show and Junkyard Joust. So I'm going to be building a Junkyard Joust team. So I'm keeping an eye out for FTE wheels, especially when I can get them gently used and not have to buy them off eBay. This is the Turismo, I believe it's called. It was a Larry Wood design that was originally supposed to be a DeLorean, but they didn't have the licensing for it, so he had to change it real quick. I love the arrows on the back for the turn signals. This is an Ertl, some kind of like paddy wagon type thing. I'd never seen this casting before, but it was very interesting. It's really goofy, but it's got fun things. It's got these like fun little parts, the exhaust pipes, and funky wheels, really funky wheels. And couldn't let this one go without picking it up. Got this 56 Merc, older Hot Wheels casting. It's got an opening hood on it, which I think is very cool. So when you're doing customs, it's always handy to have cars with opening hoods and stuff. Saves you a little bit of time. This Corvette is very cool. It is a 1998 Corvette. I believe this is Racing Champions. Yep, Racing Champions. Rubber tires. And you got a separate engine. Great vehicle for customizing. Well, it feels a little big for 164. Porsche 928. This is a Matchbox. It's their classic opening doors 928 casting. Love that. Speaking of classic Matchbox, this is a real old school one, and it's in really nice shape. Like super fast era car, although this one is not a super fast. 1969 England, and very cool casting. Love the grill on this one. Not a red line, but a Blackwall era Ford oldie but a goodie. Love the design on this one. Another Larry Wood. This one I got because it's a 66 Barracuda, and it's pretty close to being a 64 Valiant. Also, done by Racing Champions. Round 2, you've got two vehicles that could very easily become Plymouth Valiants. So, just keep that in mind. This one's really interesting because it's set up as a drag racer. I've got it in a Richard Petty version for the car that he raced, although that was a 64. Slightly different. There's different body panels. Another casting I love from the 80s, this Lincoln Town Car from Matchbox. This is another one of my favorite castings, a Yachtming Chevy Love pickup. These are from the years when the big three were bringing in import vehicles, and I just love the lines on this little truck. I believe it's an Isuzu, actually, but cool tempos, very classic casting, just needs better wheels. This is another one. I think these are FTEs. Please light me up in the comments if I'm getting these wrong, but it sure does look like FTEs. And they do spin really well. So, got this one. It's called the Scuba de Fuego. That one's just for wheels, because the wheels spin really nice on it, even if they're not FTEs. Got this one because it's a older Matchbox Premium. This would have been a Coca-Cola promotional, and those are rubber raised white letter tires. So never going to say no to that for $1. The casting is kind of meh. I think it's a RX-7. Yep. Another casting I really like, I built one of these and I gave it to Cole Schwala over at Cuda Customs, Cuda Diecast Customs. But this is my favorite version of it. I love this blue, red, orange, yellow livery. And it kind of goes with my red, orange, yellow collection. So I may not even customize that. I might just put that in my collection. And you might have seen my video where I have a whole display of cars that are red, orange, and yellow that David did in his collection series, which I love. Honored he put that on our channel. Got this one because A, I love this casting, and B, this is a color change from way back. You can see it used to be when it was cold it was a police car, when it was hot it was a taxi. It's kind of stuck in between. Most of these kind of stopped changing a decade or so ago, but the wheels spin nicely on it, well, sort of. And I believe these were nickel plated. I don't know if they were nickel plating them back in the day. I know that all the color shifters now have nickel plating on them, so it makes them good for racing. Got this Corvair. Love this Corvair casting. Love the louvers on the back of it. It's definitely a hopped up Corvair with the rake on the back and the big engine sitting in the middle of the passenger compartment. You got this forklift. It's an old Matchbox forklift. I just love this casting. It's one that's just begging to be weathered and a great yard casting for, yard forklift. And it actually goes up and down, which I think is very cool. Another old school Matchbox. Again, this one was in very nice shape. I thought it was well worth $1. Like that. There's no corrosion on it. Ferrari Berlinetta. The windshield is cracked. Okay, fine. That would make it $1. But still a great casting, and for the kind of builds I do, windshield broken doesn't matter much. Got this Little Red Express truck. This is a more recent casting, but very much enjoy it. I've got a 77 Dodge pickup, so it's pretty darn close to mine, except mine's a long bed. But gorgeous casting from Hot Wheels. I think one of the better ones they've done in recent history. So I try to grab it when I can, just because it's a really nice looking casting. And this one's in really nice shape too. No real chips there's one chip there. But still very cool. And finally, we got this crazy guy. It's a really funky car. I'm sure there's an interesting story behind this one. It's a Corgi Jr., the Healer Wheeler. It's kind of an ambulance looking thing. It's got like kind of a bread van look to it. There's been a Joker version of this. This one has one of the ambulance stickers still on it, but it's definitely begging for a Gaslands treatment. So, all right, those are the 20 I picked. So let's take a look. I can't wait to see what is in the box of 40. So, flip wipe. All right, here we go. Now, I have already promised Mark over at DrivenDreams.org, any castings I don't want from in here are going to be donated as part of the Driven Dreams project to collect 24,000 cars for kids in need around the world. It's really cool. You can do it without having to mail anything. You just visit DrivenDreams.org and learn the information, and then you take the cars to your favorite local charity that can give them to kids and report it to DrivenDreams.org. That's all there is to it. So go visit DrivenDreams.org after you finish this video and tell Mark I said hey. So, all right, here we go. I have no idea what's in here. Could be a lot of cool stuff, could be nothing. So, all right. What have we got? All right, already I'm looking at some older, oh, look at that, 2000's first edition. Roll cage, that one's cool. That's a great casting. I've used that one before in Gasland builds. Another 2000 first edition, Metro Rail. Another 2000 first edition, the Vulture. That's fun. The 71 Plymouth GTX 2001 first edition. That's cool. So we're getting a lot of first editions in here. Cunningham. This is very cool. I got to see one of these live in person. They were built in Florida, actually. Very cool sounding car. The Muscle Tone. Kind of a not quite Challenger, not quite Camaro, not quite Mustang. So we're getting a lot of first editions in here. wonder if that's the theme of everything in here. 96 first edition, 1 of 12. That's cool. Old school Mustang. 96 first edition. I remember this guy. That one's pretty cool, and it's got the old Kmart sticker still on it. 79 cents. It's still amazing that they're just over $1, even after they raised the prices. 2000's first edition Mattel wheels. Austin Healey. That's a cool one. I don't think I have this one, actually. That's neat. And a Blast Lane. That's cool. I don't really do the motorcycles because they're kind of out of scale for 1/64, far enough that I do mind and it does matter. So, let's see. Not seeing too much that I'm actually like super stoked about keeping. I mean, these are very nice, but I don't really collect first editions and I drill them and take the paint off anyway. 36 cord, very cool casting. 2001 first edition Lotus M250. I'm definitely noticing a theme here. 99 first edition, the Teed Off. This is one that you can actually use as a golf tee. It's got a little divot in there and you can, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. That's probably not very safe because you're going to miss and hit this thing and it's going to go flying into somebody's face. But still a cool casting. Shadow Mark IIA. I definitely don't have that one. That one's fun. I might keep that one, actually. 360 Modena. I don't know. Ferrari Hot Wheels cars are getting kind of overhyped. I don't know if that's actually worth anything now or not. It's so hard to tell. Everyone's making such a big deal about them now. Maelstrom, 2001. That's cool. All right, 2001 first edition Dodge Viper. Olds Aurora. I don't know, I remember Oldsmobile. 1999 first edition. They didn't last too much longer after this one came out. I definitely don't know that one. That one I'm going to keep. And 99 Mustang. So we got a couple of first edition Mustangs in here. So, in the right. Oh, Go-Kart. Do love this one. Definitely keeping that one. So, yeah, it's cool. I'm enjoying this. I get to share it with you and gonna make some kids happy, and they'll get some nice vintage Hot Wheels cars that are much older than they are. The Honda Civic Si first edition. That's cool. It's a gold casting. I like that one. The Hammerhead Coupe. I've got this one already. It's a pretty wild design. Well, let's see. We got the Shoebox, the 49 Ford first edition. Another cool casting, although the purple glass is not like my favorite. But still very cool. 1995, the Speed Blaster. One of the rare Hot Wheels with no interior. Just chromed out windows. There's those arrow turn signals on the back again. Oh, definitely keeping this one. The Ferrari 156. Beautiful casting. Probably the best livery for this one, too. Gorgeous. That's really cool. Wow, this thing is huge. Freight bike. Wow, that is wild. It's got like a wheelie bar thing. Wow, they really went all out on these older ones. Although I think it's very funny that at this point they were going, you know, die-cast metal and plastic parts. Guaranteed for life still, though. Oh, this is another keeper. 56 Ford truck from the tilt nose era. You could still tilt the nose forward, and it's got a detailed engine under it. That's a nice one. Definitely worth keeping. The Double Vision. It's got some cool engines, although I got plenty of these already for cutting up. So, yeah, probably going to pass along that one, too. The Sweet 16. Interesting casting. I've got this one, I think. It's not really one for me. Might keep this one. 58 Corvette. I do like the late 50s, early 60s Corvettes. And this one is quite the impressive profile. So, all right. Got the Camaro. The old Catfish Camaro. It's a cool casting. I might keep that one. I don't think I have that one, actually. The Lincoln Continental. I actually had this one. I think my brother might have had it, actually, because he would have been younger than me when this came out. He would have been 16, 17, I think. But, yeah, great casting, and looks great in white. Reminds me of the Continental from Inspector Gadget, the movie. Oh, wow, the Mod Bod series. All right, so this one's not a first edition, but yeah, I remember this one. Pretty funky. Well, that'll make some little kid happy. The Pontiac Rageous. I loved this prototype when it came out, but unfortunately nothing came of it, and Pontiac is no longer with us. But very cool casting, very cool prototype. No longer with us. The Monte Carlo concept car. So, yep. Looked fairly similar to how the actual car turned out. But another cool first edition casting. I definitely have that one in that edition. Ooh, this is cool. Race Truck Series. Look at that. You got the yellow, raised yellow letters. Again, no interior. You got the chromed out thing. That one I'm definitely keeping. That one is very, very cool. Let's see, when was this from? TWYCE, 99 cents. 1995. Love the old card art on these. The old, black and white, pixelated, not pixelated, but halftone type images. Race Team Series 2. That one's neat. Might keep that one. I've got this casting, but, not with this livery. That is a very cool livery. Oh, the Chaparral 2. This is probably the best version of this casting, too. Oh, that's going to be tempting to keep, just because that's really pretty. This one's, wow, look at that, too. HotWheels.com. Surf the net. I've got to keep this one just for that amazing, outdated phrasing on the side here. So, 32 Ford Coupe. Guaranteed for life. So, what is this? Probably 97, 98, 99. There we go. HotWheels.com. And that's what the site looked like. What a time to be alive. Spin by the world's coolest website. All right, freeze on that if you want to read it. And we're ending things with Dodge Concept Car. Just Dodge Concept Car? Isn't it called the Copperhead? Chrysler Corporation. This is either the Sidewinder or the Copperhead. I can't remember which one it was. But you got that old snake logo here. I like that they just called it Dodge Concept Car. That's really funny. All right. So we got 40 cars that I did not pick. Definitely a very 90s-tastic group of cars. And out of them, I think I might keep 5 or 6. But they are very cool. I definitely want to keep that one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Now, there's a few I want to keep, but most of these I'm going to pass on to some kids who can get a lot more fun out of them than I can. So let me know what you think. Which one's your favorite? Which selection do you think is the better find? I'm very curious to know what you guys think. But anyway, like I said, go check out drivendreams.org. There'll be a link in the description. And, join us in helping raise 24,000 cars for kids in need. It's a really special project. Again, thank you to our patrons that support this channel and make the show go. You can find out more about that at diecastmedianetwork.com. And, of course, you can always help for free by subscribing, liking, and of course sharing. That is the best way that we can grow this channel to 10,000 subscribers so we can get 24,000 cars for kids in need in 2024. Not 2020, 2024. And as always, I want to thank you for coming along with me for the ride. So until next time, stay fresh, cheese bags.